For Barton.
Today has moved amendments to ensure greater support for those Australians who have been left behind by this government in its economic response to the recession. It is very disappointing that the government has voted against these very reasonable and responsible increases for support. These amendments are modest and provide the government with flexibility it needs to deliver the appropriate support for those Australians in these times. The Prime Minister says we are all in this together, but our pensioners, both aged and DSP and carers, have been left behind. He says we're all in this together, but 1.6 million Australians on unemployment support, including over 300,000 Australians aged over 55, who experience the greatest difficulty in finding work. They have been left uncertain as to what kind of support will be available to them beyond Christmas. We are all in this together. Why are almost 1 million Australians on unemployment being excluded from the wage hire subsidy? We're all in this together. The government should its money where its rhetoric is and support these amendments moved by Labor. During these difficult and uncertain times, pensioners and carers have experienced increased cost in ensuring they remain safe and healthy. Yesterday, the Minister for Families and Social Services insisted to the Senate estimates that healthcare costs had not increased. Well, let me say that I have been contacted by many people on this side have been, with disability pensioners and carers very much as part of that, who have said otherwise. They do not need to be lectured by this government about the very real challenges they are facing. Unlike the government, Labor acknowledges that older Australians, people with disability and carers have experienced increased cost as a result of coronavirus. In June, we saw the release of a survey for People with Disability Australia, which found that 9 in 10 people with disability experienced increased expenses due to the ongoing pandemic. 31% reported increased spending on healthcare. 1 in 5 reported increased spending on sanitising and hygiene products. Some have contacted me telling me about the additional cost of having had to get food delivered, especially during the height of the pandemic. Pensioners have been facing rising health, dental, energy and grocery bills for years. Average GP out-of-pocket costs alone have gone up 11% under this government. Cruelly, the government froze the pensions in September, which impacted on 2.5 million aged pensioners. Labor's amendments will create an obligation on the minister to better support pensioners, including aged pension, disability support pension and carer payment recipients. This Christmas is going to be a very anxious and uncertain one for Australians on unemployment support. On 31 December, the coronavirus supplement is scheduled to come to an end. 1.6 million Australians are on unemployment support, and yesterday we learned through Senate estimates that that figure will rise to 1.8 million by the end of the year. Cruelly, this government is going to make them wait excruciatingly until a matter of weeks out from Christmas before they know what level of support will be available to them. It will simply leave many households without the ability to plan their budgets, which have become very strict and tight, for rent, for food, for gas, for electricity, as a member for Sydney just said. And it will be at a time when all Australians simply want to be able to spend quality time with loved ones, after what has been a tough year for so many. Many Australians on unemployment support are wondering why government has extended JobKeeper to the end of March but plans to finish JobSeeker at the end of September. This amendment simply rectifies that inequity. In the midst of this recession and in the budget, the government has once-in-a-generation opportunity to deliver lasting structural change. We absolutely urge the government to grasp this opportunity and support this amendment. It is reasonable, it is fair, and no one can possibly disagree with it.